We're almost there with the trench. We just need to go deeper. But we're close. All right, I'm working in such a small, tight space down in there, and it is not easy, and the ground is super hard. So I got the hammer drill out. I'm gonna see if I can maybe make some progress using that. The problem is it's such a small, like, tight space under the trailer. I can't get any sort of like leverage or momentum going to dig in it. So I'm hoping the hammer drill might help me in the little space that I can't get anything going for me. So hopefully we can make progress and finish this trench, because it's no fun. The hammer drill was going so good until it wasn't. I hope I didn't break it. It stopped working. I don't know. I hope it's not broken. Maybe it just needs a little rest. I don't know. Jacob said he would look at it and see if he could figure something out later, but at a preliminary look, he didn't see what the problem was. So it was going so good though. Let me turn you around and show you. See, it just breaks up all the dirt. And then I can scoop it out pretty easy, because it's hard for me to dig through. So, kind of a bummer, but I'm going to keep trying to move forward without it. I don't know. Nothing else you can do. Making pretty good progress. But I am tired.
Right. Got some water going in to the basketball hoop. We are finally setting it up. We got some little ballers here that want to play. This is what you call off-grid basketball. It's in the dirt. Mostly flat. They'll figure it out where the rocks are that need to go, and the low spots where there needs to be dirt put down. Not too good for dribbling, but good enough to shoot. Practice shooting. He can practice his form. Natalie was using the hammer drill here to do a little bit of trenching under our trailer so we can get the water pipe in, and it all of a sudden stopped working. So I'm here in the shed, it's raining outside, so it's a good time to work on this, and I've already found the problem. All that happened was this little wire right here, at least I think that's all that happened. It is broke off. It looks like some kind of a stab in connection right there in the switch. So I just got to strip this back, pull that thing out, and put the wire back in, and it should be good to go, unless there's something else. Alright, pulled the old piece out, stripped this back, pushed it in, plug it in, and try it out. Just make sure I'm not touching anything metal. Oh yeah. Back in business. Being that it is a rainy day today, it is a perfect time to do this little project here in the shed. I've got to put in our filtering system which will have 3 filters, and then a ultraviolet light that will go here. And so I've listened to some of you guys and have decided before I put that stuff up on the wall, I'm going to insulate behind it. Yep. Insulation. I'm not going to insulate the whole shed right now. I'm just going to insulate right here in this corner. And that's it. But as time goes on, we'll slowly insulate some more here and there. So, insulation. And then on top of that, we'll still have, I've been keeping a heat lamp down here pointed at the motor because it comes with water in it so that it doesn't freeze. I keep that heat lamp there, and I'll still do the heat lamp, but this way at least the heat will kind of stay, I guess, you know, in this corner with that insulation helping to keep the heat in, especially in this corner because these are our water pipes. So yeah, let's do some insulation. Okie dokie. That is 2 rolls of, let's say that, insulation R13 installed here. I've got it from the corner all the way over to the solar equipment and just a little bit here. Okay, and next I'm gonna put up another sheet of plywood like that. That'll go from that edge of the plywood all the way over to the corner, and which will allow to mount the filters right in here, plus the UV light. I've got to cut that sheet of plywood and go grab Natalie to hang this thing. The wind makes it more exciting.
The wind makes it more exciting. Should be doing something on the roof tonight.
Yeah, I know. Okay, now raise your hand up again. There you go, there you go. Alright, let go. Woo!
Nice.
That is
Another board on the wall.
check this out. Got something really cool here. RainFlo cartridge filter housing. It's our filters. This thing is heavy and very well built. I've already looked at it. Oh. There it is. It's our filters. But man, it came all put together, built. It's got pressure gauges up here. Water comes in, goes out, does that, and shoots out that side. And from here, it'll go into our UV light. So let's get it mounted. You talking about these filters?
Yeah.
Well, because if there's no water in them, then they can't filter the water.
Filter it?
Yeah, they can't clean it. You have to put the water in there to get it clean.
How do they get clean though?
Filter just screens out the stuff. All right, look at that. You know what's going up there?
No.
This torpedo.
Oh.
Actually, it's not up there. This is another type of filter, actually. No, I'm just being silly. These right here are unions, and they allow you to remove pieces of equipment in case it needs to be worked on or be removed for whatever reason. So that's why I put a union here and a union here, so that you can take the pump right out. Did the same thing with our filters. I got a union over there and a union up above. Let's hope this lines up. Oh yeah, okay. Five micron filter. Natalie already put up the 20 micron over there. So we got the 20, the water will flow into the 20 micron, and then the 5, and then the carbon filter at the end, which will go there. That is how.
And then it goes through the UV.
Yeah, then the UV after that. carbon filter. That's heavy. It's way heavier than those two filters.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to feel it?
Sure. Oh, that is
See how much heavier that is?
Jeez Louise.
Yeah.
Got a lot of weight hanging on this wall.
Made in Taiwan.
Especially when it's full of water.
Yeah.
Hey, you asked for alcohol
wipes.
wipes. I bring you alcohol wipes.
Yes. And they are that big. They do not get any bigger. This is so ridiculous. So I'm going to open a few of them. I'll show you what I'm going to do with them.
Might be here all day though.
It is time to finish the installation of our UV light. I know the sticker's upside down, but this is the position that was going to work best for us. So I don't have cotton gloves, but I have a beautiful, clean orange shirt. These are my favorite shirts. Am I wearing my
Yep.
favorite shirt? Okay, so in this tube is the quartz. It's not the bulb, it's the quartz. It's a quartz tube that the bulb goes inside of. I guess I can. Gotta pull it out.
The hardest part of the whole installation. Oh,
I got it.
got it.
It's wrapped in plastic.
Oh, good.
Look at that thing. Don't drop it.
I know, right?
Okay, so you don't want to touch it with your skin because your
Oils.
skin's got oils in it. It says to clean it with alcohol wipes, so we're gonna use the world's tiniest alcohol wipes to clean this. I mean, we would have used bigger ones, but that's not our style. We like to make things a lot harder. So Natalie got me these super small ones. I appreciate that. You know, it helps me to be grateful for larger alcohol wipes
Please.
and be grateful for what I have. You know, this is what I got.
We already had these, so we're gonna use them.
So it's tricky to not touch it with your fingers.
Let me get you the world's smallest violin to play while you
Ooh.
complain about your tiny alcohol
That
wipes.
was a blow right there. I like violins though, so I'll take it. We made sure we had enough space over here to do that. Orientation here, they all look the same. Oh, that one easy. Okay, make sure it's all out of the way. Looks good. Okay. And then this cap goes on. That's what keeps it from sliding out, you know?
Alright.
Shit keeps it from moving at all. Okay. That's it.
Installed.
You just got to plug it in. All right, I think it's time for an explanation. In a previous video, I went over the pump and how the water's coming in and all that. So, water comes into the pump, comes out through here, and hits this pipe, right? And it splits off in two directions. Just a quick recap. That way is unfiltered water going out. So this way, water will come up and go through our 20 micron, 5 micron, and then carbon filter. Comes out and goes into the ultraviolet light comes over here and through here, and then now we have filtered water coming out through here. And we got a spigot here. This is for our washing machine that will back right up to this. The UV light, this kills the bacteria that the filters don't get. This bulb is good for 8,000 hours. Now, originally when I was purchasing this light, it did not come with a flow switch. It's a little cockeyed, but that's because I had to get it tightened all the way. That's the flow of the water, the arrow. So without the flow switch, this bulb would have been on 24/7. And I was reading things like, these things get hot. After like 3 hours of being on constantly, this gets hot, you know, if the water's not flowing. And I did not like the sound of that. And funny thing, Bluonics actually sells separately this whole flow switch setup. So once someone turns a faucet on, this switch switches states, which then turns the light on, kills the germs. Once water stops flowing, it turns off. So our 8,000 hour bulb should last much longer than, I think they said a year, 8,000 hours or a year. Oh, one other thing. You're probably wondering what's with the copper hoses. So that's another thing I found, is that UV light will deteriorate PVC. And I was going to connect this directly to PVC, but I didn't like the sound of that. So they recommended at least 12 inches of metal pipe. If you're piping in PVC, you need at least 12 inches after the PVC to connect to your UV light. I got 24-inch flex, so I've got plenty of buffer zone there, and I didn't need unions for this either, because you just unscrew here and here, and then that whole thing can come out if it needs to be serviced. And if I need to have water keep going, I could just connect these two copper pieces together. It just won't have the UV light to kill the bacteria. All right, that's a lot, but there it is. Whole house filter system with the UV light. Normally, in our setup, you probably would only see 2 filters. 3 filters is usually for a setup with a well. We don't have a well. We would love to have one. You guys are just too darn expensive out there, all you well drillers.
I know, right?
It's mostly not their fault. Someday we'll get that. So for the most part, we'll have rainwater to harvest, and on those dry parts of the year, we'll have to haul water in.